Oh, man. Ann's podcast, episode 98.
This is his own podcast.
It says podcast there, doesn't it?
Oh, well. Did it not say podcast for any other
It
ones?
did. The last one, too. Way to pay attention.
And we incremented for it?
Well, I didn't put the number on there. I didn't fiddle with that.
Okay.
Like
but it got its own designated number?
It is 97.
Oh, wow.
And
okay,
this
we're
is
clipping
98.
these off. Okay, cool.
So someone just said KB question mark. Not currently, but soon here. That's the plan.
We will be at KB if anybody else is going to be there.
Yep.
Oop, there
Yep.
goes
That
our
was fine. So yeah. Okay. Well, night 2, last stop. Last stop.
Yes, as Ryan says on Periscope right now. Last stop, last stop, last stop, last stop.
Pretty much.
What a surprise.
Well, what are you drinking?
Mimosa.
Times 2.
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy. Sorry. Yes. Okay. Now that came out of nowhere. You're talking a mid-set last stop.
Yeah.
I mean, usually
I think that's the appropriate place for it.
it's fine.
Yeah, I don't
But I'm
have, you're not
surprised-
going to open it with it or close with it, I don't think.
Well, that leaves the middle of the set,
Well, yeah.
obviously.
So-
But if you were to say, hey, we're going to get last stop tonight, you would probably assume it's going to close or be an encore closer or a set closer.
No, that's what I'm saying. No.
You are not surprised by it being in the middle of the set.
Correct. Yeah, I think that's the only place it could be. I think that's too not common to be a set closer.
Okay, when was the last time it was played?
2016.
At night 3 at the Gorge.
Correct.
And it was not
I
mid-set.
night 3. I know it was Gorge.
It was
yeah.
not mid-set.
It was a closer.
Yes.
It had
And-
been played that tour though, handful of times.
Yes, one in Seville, which was in the encore.
That was a
I don't
special
know,
show.
based on your, I would think Last Stop nowadays is going to show up in an encore.
You think so?
I would say the statistics bear that out.
2 shows.
You're going to see it, 3 shows. You're going to see it more often. If I was going to say to you, you're getting Last Stop tonight, you're going to think it's going to show up in a special spot. Not that it makes it any less special, but you're going to see it in a more impactful spot.
Encore, I get. I mean, I can see maybe encore. I wouldn't say encore closer. And so that's encore's fine. I would consider that equal to a main set, but opener, set closer, or show closer.
Yep.
I don't see it being in any of those. I think it's just
So-
it's not as wide enough adopted to be a popular closer.
So the other part of that is, for whatever reason, and I would love to hear your thoughts on this, is you were kind of adamant about the fact that because it's a live stream, you're not going to see any guests. Now, I don't know why you think that.
I have my reasons.
There's things called waivers. Legally, it's not a big deal, right?
Yeah.
That's not why you're saying that?
No.
You think it banned image and identity.
Correct.
Although listener supported had Butch Taylor on there, and Central Park had Warren Haynes. Yeah. So
those are releases. Yeah,
I don't
I'm talking about
necessarily
live streams. I don't have to. I mean, I know for a fact of guests that were set to play, and there was going to be a live stream, and they were told they weren't able to guest them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we bucked that trend.
Yeah,
Night.
I know. I was very surprised
And
when I saw that.
Hamilton, and I don't remember his last name. It was difficult to pronounce. And the way Dave even said, I didn't even catch his first name when Dave said it on the mic because he
said it in an accent.
Hamilton. He gave an accent on Hamilton.
Yeah.
But anyway, this guy, first of all, he's a shack of a man. He's up, he's almost as tall as Carter, and Carter's sitting up on his platform playing the drums back there. So he's next to Tim, and Tim looks like his caddy next to him.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, the big tall guy, big foofy hair, and he's got this little, which I can almost put together, call it like a sitar or a banjo all in one or something.
Well, it's the closest thing I think to is a mandolin.
Okay.
But I guess I've learned that there's a lot of different things than just a mandolin. There's a bandolin and then also a bandolin and a bandolim. 2 different things, and I guess the bandolim, which is what he plays, is a traditional Brazilian instrument with a flat back, and just think about it as a mandolin.
What a cool sound.
I think it has a lot of strings on it, too. I'm not exactly sure how many strings it has. It might have as many as 12 strings.
But so I got excited because when the song first started, and I saw what he was playing up there, and you couldn't really, I couldn't hear it or pick it out that well at the beginning of the song, right? And I'm like, that looks banjo-ish. Mm-hmm. And there's no guest instruments that sounds better on Last Stop than a banjo or something like it. So,
and one of those instruments that I thought, I think a bandolin can be in a banjo tuning, whereas a bandolim is not a banjo tuning. I think it's like
and an N and an M. Is that what you're saying right there? Okay.
Yeah, and an N and an M. And he's guested once before. I actually didn't know that. It passed me by. It was Dave and Tim. It wasn't full band.
Oh, that's I might yeah.
Yeah, it was a couple of years ago. I forget which show it was at. Was it the Hurricane show, or I can't remember. Which
I didn't know
one it was.
that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I realized it after the fact when looking at the stats for the show. So, but I thought he played it awesome. I mean, I think quite an epic. I mean, I also didn't know who all has guested on Last Stop before. It's not. It's a pretty rare song in general. Only been played like 125 times in general.
Yep.
So already it's a rare song.
It's more likely that Joe M's going to be at the show than Last Stop will be played. Joe M has a higher rarity index.
That's actually true. That's actually true. That's crazy. So yeah, it's a rare song, and then let alone a rare song, but to get a guest on it, that's even more rare.
And a guest that's not to say guesting is boring or always awesome though too, but I found rarely was a guest so well fitting. You throw a guitar on something else. It's just Warren Haynes, great guitar player. Like I'm not denigrating Warren or anything, but in terms of a sound, it's another guitar, and we've already got a pretty awesome guitar player in Tim Reynolds kind of thing. Yeah. But this is a sound that the band cannot produce by themselves. Yeah, and that's pretty cool.
It's a mandolin sound. It's a high string kind of banjo kind of clinking sound.
And him and Dave were like kind of just duetting right there, and Dave was just looking at him, letting him go, and playing off of him. And right when you thought maybe that it was petering out, he kept going, and he took over on that song. Really.
Oh yeah, he took way over. Yeah, so we've only had Bella's guested on this, and only one other person has ever guested on Last Stop. I think it was somebody I didn't really know.
Was it a guitarist?
I actually don't remember. Bill Summers or something like that. So.
Did you look that up this morning, or
I was just curious. Okay. I couldn't really call too many guests.
That was one of our producers who pulled that data for us.
Thanks, producer.
Show N.
And what else? So yeah, I thought that was awesome. For sure, that track is going to have to be on a warehouse disc.
You're probably right.
Or some bonus disc. I mean, that was just way too unique. Now again, we have to get over waivers and rights and all that kind of stuff because there's a guest on it. But yeah. That was a pretty epic version. The soloing went on for quite a long time. He did upbeat solo, did a more chill one. They did percussion riffs on it. Just kind of making more percussion noises versus string noises. It was
really
cool.
unique.
Yeah. It was really cool.
Last night was my wife's first show, so she's been to one show and she's got one Last Stop. So
batting 100% for Last.
She actually said she's going to stay home tonight. I've gotten the last two. We've gotten the last two Last Stops. Night 3 of the Gorge. I say if I ever say last year, I want to say last year. Yeah. Obviously not last year.
Yeah.
Last tour.
It is true.
And we also, and somebody just said, I'm calling no repeats. This has been another really major point of conversation this weekend. Is not usually what we've landed on is not if there will be a repeat, but how many repeats we're gonna have.
I'm surprised we didn't get through one. I meant to do this before we got it. I think we're at 9 Come Tomorrow songs that
we are short. When I'm Weary, and
She we haven't heard.
Black and Bluebird and She.
Okay.
Yep.
So Black and Bluebird and She are. No, we didn't get Virginia in the Rain either.
That too. Sorry.
Yes. So we're definitely getting She. There's no.
Yeah,
there's no.
You know what? Nothing so far. No Jimmy yet.
Yeah, we'll definitely get Jimmy. Jimmy.
You think so?
100%.
Would you say 100%? Would you be willing to shave your head if you're wrong?
You can't take my line. That's my line. I was seeing how
what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
To explain it to the podcast, I was before the 3 nights started. Do you think there's a chance that Samurai Cop could not be played on any of the 3 nights? And of course, everyone says it's going to get played.
Right.
You're not going to go 3 nights and not hear Samurai Cop. If anything, you might hear it 3 times. So I said, how confident are you? Are you willing to bet that if they somehow did not play it all 3 nights, that you would shave your head? And that's the definitive point for a lot of people on how willing they're willing to make that bet. And I think
would you be willing to shave your? I mean, that's my
shave my head for Jimmy.
Yeah.
No, I mean, there's a chance that Jimmy would come.
That's what I wanted to hear.
There's a chance that it won't come up. Would you if you could choose right now not to hear Jimmy tonight by trading in your hair? Would you trade in your hair not to hear it tonight? Okay, so that helps us put your disdain in a certain.
What we were talking about earlier was maybe they open with Jimmy. I wouldn't even care. They wouldn't do it. But if they're gonna play Jimmy, open with the thing.
Yeah,
it'd be different.
It would
People
be
would
very
love
different.
it. People would love it.
Yeah, people love the song. People
Yeah.
like it's way that's too big of a giant, I think.
But
for
I mean,
them
you've
to
still
put
got
in.
Jimmy. Think of the long songs that are still out there that are like, I mean, usually would show up on this tour that haven't been played. You can't pack the band. If you look at their set list, they used to have 13 to 15 song set lists with 8 of those songs over 12 minutes. Now you've got 1 or 2 that are double digit minute songs.
Right.
But you've got Ants, Watchtower, Billy's, Two Step. You got Typical. There's Lie in Our Graves that's kind of creeped around this year a little bit. You've got a lot of big songs that aren't that rare.
Yeah.
That haven't been played yet this weekend.
There hasn't been a lot of Watchtowers. Watchtower's a little rare right now. Obviously, Two Step is rare, though. I would say there's a good chance they could get it.
Two Step.
I think so.
I would if I was to flip a coin on that, I'd say it's more likely to get in that.
Could really? Okay. I think it's pretty even, included or not. I would say it could even be like a Two Step and Thank You type of thing. It could turn out to be. But I think Watchtower and Two Step, maybe those are the short ones. We're gonna get Ants. We're gonna get Jimmy.
Billy's.
Billy's, I would say, is strong. I think those are the 3 that we're most likely to end up hearing. A lot of people want Halloween, and I think some of the people you're staying with want.
Yeah, he's predicting it. He's not even hoping for it. He's like, we're getting it. He even threw a 40 in. We're getting 40.
40? No, this isn't Saratoga now.
I mean, this will be his 128th show, so he's no amateur.
Yeah.
But he's loved the first 2 nights so much that rookie mistake. He's all fired up and thinking we're gonna get the monster tonight, and that. If there's ever a way to be disappointed in a set list, it's expecting. just go in saying I don't care what I get, and you'll be happy.
You're not thinking so. Two step into Halloween
with a 40 tease, with a full 40 at the beginning of it.
Full 40.
Full one, 4 minutes.
4-minute 40 to start it. All right, now we're kind of dreaming.
Yep.
Might not be realistic.
No. We got what did we get for debuts last night? Obviously, Last Stop. That was it.
That was the only debut.
That was it.
No, but we got
Grace Is Gone was beautiful.
Yeah, that was and we got Hamilton guested on that too.
Yeah, Grace and Last. That's a nice tour.
Yeah, Grace has only been played like 5 times this tour, something like that. So
Yep.
that hasn't been played a lot.
Yep.
So that was a nice little.
I'm pleasantly surprised with the first 2 nights. Given the way they've spread some of the songs out, I don't really think they could lay an egg tonight. It almost feels like if the first 2 shows had songs that we've seen entire shows made up out of, but dropping like Last Stop and Grace, they've been the more middle of the road, and now you've got two sets that have those been spread across, sprinkled in, and good shows. Now it's almost like we've kind of gotten that out of the way.
Right.
So this show,
like I said, there's not a lot of Come Tomorrow left.
No,
unless we're gonna hear some new Come Tomorrow.
You think we'll see Sam Copp or Again and Again tonight?
I think so.
One of them, at least.
I think so.
I'm going to go out and say, and this is dangerous, right? I'm going to say no. Probably, you know what? I'm more expectant that they won't repeat.
Yeah.
I mean, last night was a live stream. Tonight's not. If they were going to repeat anything for a album tour audience, you would think last night is always the biggest night of the weekend anyway.
Right.
They didn't.
I just can't see myself singing only 2 Come Tomorrow songs today. I just can't see it being that.
Why
few.
would it be 2? You got Virginia in the Rain. You got She.
You're gonna get She. You get maybe Virginia in the Rain. They brought it back. Virginia in the Rain is really interesting because after the album, they played it a couple times, but they played it the old version. They didn't play the new.
Strange.
They didn't play the new album version. So. And then it went away. So it was like, I don't know how the band felt about that. It was like, why aren't we playing it the new way? Or maybe they really weren't feeling it. I'm not sure, but it's kind of gone away. So
they might never rehearsed it in the album fashion.
Right.
A lot can happen in the studio.
Yeah, they should have rehearsed it before doing it live after the album came out. You'd think they'd do that version. So, that's kind of disappointing. It makes me think that they might not play Virginia in the Rain. It's kind of gone away, but I don't know. Maybe it'll come. But I think we'll get She.
You think we'll get Stone? Or JTR. No, you know what I did? I brought up the MB Hub and I went through the 2 SPAC shows.
Yeah.
And looking at the sets and thinking, okay, those are 2 songs. How can they fit? And I'm looking. I'm like, yeah, some of this stuff, Raven, and we're gonna get Captain tonight. Is my, things like that are reserved for the more special shows, at least it seems like, when the band moves around. And I tried to take those 2 SPAC shows and see if I could drop those onto these 3, and we are kind of hitting a lot of the notes from those 2 SPAC shows.
Sure.
And yet we've got another set list worth of material to hit.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be repeats from those, to be honest.
I would love to be JTR.
I don't think they're going to do a repeat. I think that's the special thing that they got. Like we just got Last Stop, the special thing that they got. I think
and I'd be okay with. I mean, that's fair.
So what's going to come tonight, if anything? Again, if I'm thinking about it, is what's that one gem? What kind of special thing that we're going to get that maybe hasn't happened? So I don't think it would be a JTR.
They have not done Halloween. I mean, Halloween is the easy guess.
Halloween, Halloween probably is the easy guess. Maybe Halloween. I'm hoping for Spoon. I'm hoping for Brandy.
Is Brandy here, or she lives out here?
Brandy lives out in Seattle. She played a show last night, from what I'm told. I haven't been following, but so I guess she's around and very capable to make the journey out here. And they've gotten closer over the years.
If Brittany gets Last Stop and Spoon in her first 2 shows,
your wife, yeah, that'd be a pretty good start.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, coming to the Gorge for your first shows is a good way to get some pretty stellar shows for your first ones.
Well, we got Spoon with Brandy in 14 or 15.
I think it would be 16 and
it was not 16.
Wasn't 16? Okay.
No, I think it was 15. And that was good because Spoon is always special, but part of it is Alanis. Like that verse, having a strong female vocal come in is special.
Yeah.
And Brandy brought that. That was
Let's get Hamilton and
let's get the Preservation Hall band out here.
I don't know what song I'd like to.
I mean, you want a horn section? Bring out the horn section.
Right. Yeah.
Let's play Dodo. They've got
if they're gonna. That's probably Jimmy thing. With Preservation.
Dodo needs trombones and horns and whatnot, right?
Doesn't need it. No.
If they play Dodo, I will shave my head.
Whoa. We are live streaming that if that happens.
If they don't, you are.
I'm gonna call in every favor I have now and see if I can make it happen.
I think I'd probably happily shave my head for Dodo.
Wow. All right. This could be great.
Would you? I want you to shave if they don't play Jimmy though too, because you said 100% at first, and then you hedged.
Oh yeah.
And I don't mean this.
Yeah. No, I think these are really, really good. Almost confident enough to shave my head for Jimmy, but not confident enough. And I think Preservation Hall band on them, that makes a lot of sense because they'll have some time for the horn players to do some soloing, give them their chance in the light. So I'm really hoping for that.
If they play Dodo for the head shaving, I'm going to do a GoFundMe and then do like a charity.
Oh, there you go.
We'll do that. So everybody who says, yeah, I'm in, I'm going to do it, then you better pony up for the GoFundMe if it happens.
Welcome, Dave Shackett. It's their first day on Periscope, so congrats, Dave Shackett.
Yeah.
He's staying with us, so that's why we're making the
right
joke
there.
about that. Yeah, so it would be awesome. But if we get Brandy and Hamilton both on Spoon,
oh my,
that'd be my pick for I would love to hear.
Is that? I mean, that's a very logical pick.
I think so.
Even though there's no logic says look at the statistics and the likelihood and the probability, and it's not going to happen. But you get the sense that if something,
it's not that far stretched,
right? If something special is going to happen, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's not something like way completely out of there.
That'd be
but
awesome.
What other songs would you say are good Bella songs? Because I think that would be a good fit for Hamilton. Other key.
Don't Drink the Water, but they've played that.
They played it.
Well, you think of Before These Crowded Streets, right? 41 they've already played.
Yep.
Last Stop, Spoon. Dreaming Tree's never been on a banjo, have they?
Gusted? Probably.
That could work.
Yeah, Dreaming Tree. That'd be. That's what I've been telling my people, asking me the last 2 days what song I'd love to hear. Wanting to hear Dreaming Tree.
Oh,
that'd be awesome.
That's one of the things that this is not me being negative, but just I like to kind of go deeper into things.
Yeah.
About Last Stop is as exciting as last night was and all that.
Yeah.
I don't think the band has really had a tight Last Stop in a lot of years. And that's not a knock. That's the song is a monster.
Yep.
And it's like a train. I've said this before, where I feel like the end of Last Stop is like you've got a pot of water on the stove and it's really heavy boiling, and the dun 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 dun. When they're into that jam and it's getting louder and louder and louder and everybody's playing, and then it boils over, and then that da-da-da, and by the way, that's my point. They've never hit that tightly in the last 15 years. But then it's kind of just the water just simmers. Then it just goes on to a simmer, and it just ends up with like and like Hamilton. It was just beautiful.
Yeah.
But go back and listen to Live in Chicago, 1998, their tour year for Before the Scottish Streets, and they opened the show with The Last Stop. And listen to the way they build up with Roy hitting the saxophone. He hits that high note, boom, and you hear the crowd just go, whoa. Like, you don't feel that swell anymore with moments of Last Stop, just because it's such a hard song to get everybody in the same place right at that moment that you have to hit it, because Carter's, he's going crazy, and just to bring it all back, it's tough for everyone to land on that. That would be my only thing. It's Last Stop, but it's such a hard song to pull off live that you're hearing it, but you're not hearing the best version ever of it, certainly, because I think they're past that. Dreaming Tree.
I don't know, I like this version. I love the guests. I love Hamilton.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying from was the band super tight and hit everything? Like, I think those days are past for Last Stop. I still want to hear it every show if I could. Dreaming Tree, not as difficult of a song for them to hit those emotional points. And I would. So basically, my point is, I'd love to hear Dreaming Tree. I'm really excited. I would hear that anytime too.
Yeah, I'll put fingers crossed on that one here. I hope that it happens coming up here today. There's a lot of things, a lot of unknowns for tonight on what could happen.
Yeah,
could be interesting. I would say general comment about last night. I think Buddy was the MVP last night. Buddy was having a blast. The crowd got a Buddy chant going.
When was that? Do you remember?
I don't know what song it was after. It was in the first part of the show. Super loud.
You notice they've turned him up over the course of the tour, I think.
Oh,
too.
yeah, 400%. It's so much easier to hear him now.
Yeah.
It's great. I mean, and he's singing more.
On Stay.
Stay.
I'm like, who's up there? And you're like, Buddy. He's singing that.
But yeah, Buddy's awesome.
What a voice.
Buddy loves to throw it, and he mixes it up. He's not just like kind of singing like a backup vocal, which is like kind of Rashawn. And
No, he kind of took that. Whoa.
Yeah, he does all the
that.
frill. He does the voice frills and the little stuff. So, yeah, Buddy is way more confident now, and I thought he was kind of the MVP of yesterday. Maybe even was a little play over.
Yeah, on time of the season too. He was having fun with that.
Yeah, maybe it's even a little bit of a layover from night one. People were just loving him, but amazingly giant Buddy chant. I'm not sure if that came through on.
He does the lovely ladies better than they do. I like that.
He said that. Concert Vids 34.
Yeah. He does some vids as well, some reaction videos to our pods, and put some opinions up there. So check him out too on Twitter if you get a chance.
What's up, Concert Vids?
Yeah. I'm excited though. We're gonna have a good night tonight. I mean, I feel like I'm in a good position because I feel like we're playing with house money a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go away no matter what, saying this is a great last tour ever for me. And
every year we hear the same thing.
It has been that way for about 3 years now. But I really mean it this time. Especially if they play Dodo and I have to shave my head.
That'll bring you
when
back.
When we do it live.
On Periscope?
Yeah.
Or at the concert?
No, I mean, no. Unless you're going to sneak clippers in.
While Dodo is being played, I'm slowly shaving your head to it.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, for sure we're doing that. We're going to do it for charity, you said. So, yes, we'll raise some money for charity and shave your head.
Maybe we'll have to set a minimum to the charity before it happens. Because if people just want a free ride, it got to happen.
No, you're doing it no matter what. But hopefully we can...
That's
something at the same time.
That's what I'm saying. I want to raise some loot.
At least $20
per person.
No, $20 total. Man, I really want that to happen now. It's not
Me
going,
too.
It's not going to though.
I really don't know if my wife heard that going on, but she's not waving like "Don't you dare" at the window, so I don't think she heard it. But hi. Yeah. So realistic Lockford and realistic. No, I'm not going to go there. Okay. I like your spoon. Call.
Spoon would be awesome.
You know, obviously we want something from Before the Scottish Streets is what it comes down to.
It seems to be a popular album of fans, so I think that's a general favorite. So hopefully they do play something.
I think she just came around to hear it. I think Dave's relaying what I just said out there. Yeah. Bartender, that's another one that may show up.
A lot of
Big-Eyed Fish.
Yeah.
You see, I went through SPAC,
60s
and I'm looking Big-Eyed Fish, Bartender, JTR, Stone, you got Captain, you got a lot of awesome
Captain
songs.
seems like a good pick.
Yep.
It's surprisingly, though, like I said, when Captain gets played, people are more excited online than the people at the show. People at the show aren't really getting overly excited about it.
I look at the track list, and it's a 3-minute song.
It's quick.
It's like their shortest song that they play, which is stunning to me.
Really quick. I got a sneeze coming in. Let's see
Yeah?
if I can avoid it.
Yeah.
Should we mute it?
No. He tried to mute it. I just undid that bad boy. Whoa. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Sorry for your phone speakers.
We just blew some.
So we're going to be getting ready here to head over to Cave B and maybe get some more footage. We kind of skipped out on the GoPro yesterday. We didn't do too much, as in anything.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
But going over there, and we're going to try to get in to see Preservation Hall Jazz Band.
Jazz Band, yeah.
I definitely want to hear that. So this is obviously on Periscope. We seem to get more live viewers, but we're going to be uploading this to the YouTube channel. We're going to be putting it on our podcast feed, so if you subscribe in Overcast or the Apple Podcast or on your Droid phone. Hey, I ran into somebody I'm staying with, Mackie.
Yeah.
He's got a BlackBerry. It runs Android, but it's got a keyboard.
It's got one of those new
Do
Blackberries.
you know anybody else who has a BlackBerry at this point?
I hope the president of BlackBerry.
So anyway, we're thinking about putting on a version of DMB Hub for the BlackBerry Android phone only.
You're so mean.
Only.
You're so mean.
Anyway.
Any questions? Maybe take one or two questions? Anybody out there?
Yeah, let's take. We got a couple minutes.
Quick question if you guys got on a Periscope. Thank you guys for joining. Do appreciate all the live comments. That's why we live stream this. We could very easily just record these podcasts without the live stream, but we've got on our way to find some internet access out 3 hours away from Seattle to be able to live stream it. So
it's fun.
Appreciate you guys joining.
Thank you to T-Mobile, AT&T, and Verizon in various parts, because thanks to all of them, we've kind of strung this together.
Right.
Highlight so far of the weekend is a great question. That's 60s Mum.
61 is highlight. I mean, it's seeing everybody. I mean, I know it's probably not the answer you want to hear, but one of the best things about coming to Gorge is so many people from all over are here. They're not just, it's just not all Seattle. So you can see people from East Coast, West Coast, Midwest. It's a good opportunity to catch everybody, and you get a lot of good music. So I know it's kind of cheesy, but highlight has been seeing people. Got another one? No, we're not reading that one.
What's your favorite part of night two?
Last stop.
We were just got done talking about it.
That's an easy one.
That was an easy one. How does it feel to be at the Gorge jamming 04? It is pretty amazing, and really.
I thought that was part of the question.
You have to crest the hill.
Like you said, how does it feel to be at the Gorge jamming in 04? I was like, I'm trying to remember 04 Gorge. Oh, that's the username.
You have to do that the hill crest.
Yep. If you're there, you get to the split, the fork in the walking path. You have to go to the left to go up the hill and crest the top of it. And
if you can do it around 7:25 or so, right when that sun's coming down.
Yeah.
Something else.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yep.
Do it anytime, but
maybe we'll see if we can do that again on Periscope tonight. Get a sunset.
Do you see yourselves going back next year based on this year's tour?
Are we talking about the Gorge or just the tour? Going back to a show based on this year's tour.
Yeah, or why do we have to wait till next year?
Let's say next tour then.
Okay, next tour.Maybe it doesn't have to be next year. Yeah, that would be nice. I'm definitely going to a tour later this year. If there is one.
Taylor Swift out there?
Dave Matthews Band, I'm talking about. So, I guess it's not a good question for me because I'd go anyway. Maybe it's a better question for you. Which sounds like no is the answer.
Not right now. No, not in the current. I'm enjoying these shows, but the current shape of the band is not what I prefer. For a few reasons, horn section and lack of violin is a big problem for me right now.
Yeah.
Overall, but I hope at least one of those holes will be filled or remedied in the upcoming season.
Yep.
Someone says it worth it to go to the Gorge next year. Man, if you've never been to the Gorge, yes. In spite of what I just said,
Yeah.
for me, yeah, definitely. You won't be sorry.
It doesn't even have to be DMB. Just
Yeah,
get here for some kind of concert.
Yeah, but I mean,
there's festivals.
They're
and
here.
stuff like
They're
that.
here for a DMB thing. There's a special. If you're a DMB fan,
I don't know what I did.
who knows what he's doing?
Cancel. I think
There
I'm
we go.
sharing it. Sorry, I was trying to read
you're
your
good.
questions.
No, you're
Any last ones?
Still need a violin. And what song are you hoping for the most tonight?
Yep. So I think I'll go "Dreaming Through Your Spoon."
I'd have to. Oh, JTR.
JTR.
Yep. And I would love like Dreaming Through Your Spoon are not even consolation prizes. I mean, that's right up there.
Yeah.
What would you rather hear, Matt? I would say JTR only because I think it's more rare than like I got Spoon at the Gorge. Not that I wouldn't take it again, but man, that is a tough one. JTR is just so rare now,
Yeah.
and it's such a good, accessible song. It's not even like a deep cut. Where,
More than Dodo.
No.
Okay.
No, I think
So
Dodo.
Dodo. So the answer is Dodo.
No. Now I've hedged. I don't want that.
Yes, you do. You want it. You said you traded in.
Let me tell you something. They say the internet's forever, but somehow this is going to disappear if Dodo. This recording's gone.
Let's do somebody save this. I don't want him to delete it.
All right, so that's going to be it. I don't know. We'll check out Periscope. Keep an eye on our Periscope. You guys are pretty good about hopping on the notifications. And we try not to abuse that with a lot of repeated junk, but we're going to try to get some more shot like the sunset at the Gorge tonight. I think would be awesome. So we're going to give that a rip. So thanks for listening to Ants Podcast 98. Joe, have a good show.
You too, man.
Thanks for everyone for listening. Too much eye can't.